Hello and welcome to our NFL Week Prediction Show. I'm your host, Jalen Green, with co-host Coach Stefan. This is our NFL Playoff Edition and our extended version of our show.
We're finally here. We made it to Wild Card Weekend. And we have two divisional matchups that are really going to be interesting. We're going to focus on the first one first, as the Los Angeles Rams will travel to Seattle to take on the Seahawks. In the regular season, both teams won at least one game. Now, I find the defenses to be questionable here. I mean, yes, the Rams have Aaron Donald and the Seahawks have whatever they have, from Jamal Adams to everyone else. But then again, this is a questionable matchup, just to focus on. You don't know what to expect. The Rams could either be starting John Walford or Jared Goff on Sunday. The Seahawks have a variety of people that could be in or out, depending on the situation or context, especially in this ever-changing environment. I'm just going to go ahead, not on a limb, really. I'm going to pick the Seahawks to win by 10 or less. That's my lock of the week, because they're at home. They might not have fans, but they're better prepared for the situation. They have more playoff consistency in the last decade, and I just feel like they're going to find that way to pull through. They just have that X factor in Russell Wilson, and they're going to find a way into the divisional round for another season.
And I agree with you. I think I'm going to pick the Seahawks as well. They're playing at home. They've been playing pretty well as of recent, and I think the Rams are just too shorthanded with the injury to Jared Goff's thumb. I think that's going to limit him if he does plan on starting on Sunday. And I just think the Seahawks are just more prepared for this kind of atmosphere. So I'm picking the Seahawks as well. I'm going to pick them to win by 14 points. Next, we have the Ravens traveling to Tennessee to play the Titans. This is going to be a really good matchup. I think it's going to be the better of the AFC matchups in the wild card. Both these teams played last year in the divisional round. The Ravens were upset by the wild card Titans. Last year, Derrick Henry ran wild on them in that game. And also they played each other earlier this past regular season in Baltimore, where the Titans came back from down, I believe it was 17 points, to come back and win late in overtime. So I think the trend is going to continue here. Derrick Henry should have another good game against the Ravens defense. And I think Ryan Tannehill is just going to do just enough to help the Titans win over the Ravens. I'm going to pick them to win by at least 7.
Again, I like this matchup. I like how this is a rematch the third time in a year-long span. And I really think that this is, again, is going to be a close game. I like what's going to happen here. I like this rematch. It's going to be great. Finally, we're going to focus. Our biggest postseason game really is the one that takes place on Sunday night, when the Cleveland Browns, back in the playoffs for the first time in 17 years, travel to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. Ooh, this is good. Why? Last time the Browns were in the playoffs 17 years ago, these teams met, the Steelers won. And it just gets better from here. Yes, I know the Browns have COVID issues. They seem to be fine now, but anything can change. And the Steelers, last time out, they rested their starters. It was week 17. They really couldn't do much, and they finished as a 3 seed. Steelers should have all their guys back, whether it's Ben Roethlisberger or Juju Smith. Oh, wait, he played last week. But still, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. I mean, Cleveland doesn't have their head coach, while the Steelers have close to everyone. I'm going to pick the Browns with the upset here, and here's why. They're just better prepared. 17 years of not making the playoffs, just futility all around. They're all hungry. They're out for blood. They want this win. They're going to get it. They're going to find a way to pull through. Even if they lose in the divisional round, they're going to win. They're going to get their playoff win. Everything's going to be fine, even if they return next year. Huge divisional matchup. I really look forward to this one.
And I agree with you, but for different reasons. I think the Steelers are going to be healthy and ready to play this game. I think getting all their starters back is going to make a big difference, especially on offense, because the Steelers are struggling for most of that Week 17 game on offense until they found a spark late in the game to make it interesting. But I think I'm going to pick the Steelers here at home. You're playing in Heinz Field. Last time these two teams played, it was obliteration by the Steelers. And I think they're going to beat their little brother in the Cleveland Browns in the playoffs. I'm picking the Steelers to win by at least 10. And now do it for this week's NFL Prediction Show. Once again, I'm your host, Jalen Green, with co-host Coach Stefan. Make sure to follow us at UCTV Sports and on YouTube at UCTV Channel 14 for more content. We'll hope to see you next week for the divisional round of the NFL playoffs.